Just in, it's time for the wrestling show to take a very cynical look back at, representing the WWE and live from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. It's Monday Night Raw. Air date February the 19th, 2024. This episode is the Road to the Elimination Chamber. Let's go in
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Lip really loves wrestling. He likes to talk about it too. If you like to watch wrestling like he do, come and join us on the wrestling show. On the wrestling show. On the wrestling show. Baby.
Welcome to the Wrestling Show. I'm your most fickle host, Lip Hazlewood, and this is a very cynical look back at the latest episode of Monday Night Raw. But before we dive into the show, just a quick shout out to the non-competitors. That's right, they are the glue that holds the building together. First and foremost, representing the general manager, it's Adam Pearce. Next, getting all the backstage scoops and all the pre-match interviews, it is the team of Jackie Redmond and Kathy Kelly. And then heading into the ring with the officials, the referees of the night. Now they're the team of Chad Patton, Danilo Anfibio, Daphne LeChaune, Eddie Orengo, Rod Zapta, and Sean Bennett. Of course, letting everybody know who's about to fight and the results of such matches, we've got ourselves Samantha Irving, and last, but certainly not least, it is the commentary crew, the play-by-play guys, the hosts, and I even call them the narrators of the whole damn show. They are the team of the long-time veteran of well over 25 years. It's Michael Cole. And backing up Michael Cole is the very exuberant. He is the very enthusiastic, I love football, Pat McAfee. Now, without any further ado, let's get started with the show. And it starts big. Now, it starts with a big match. It's between Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. Now, Drew McIntyre, he does not like anybody, especially Cody Rhodes, trying to take his spotlight. No, you don't. Anyways, refereeing this match, it's, I believe it's Sean Bennett. Now this one here is under 20 minutes. This was a lot. There's a lot in this match, a lot back and forth, that's for sure. But it was a lot of fun, not match tonight for reasons I will get to later. Now in this match, however, we got Cody Rhodes getting his head introduced, but like sandwiched between the steel post and Drew McIntyre's foot. His foot. Let me introduce your foot. My foot to your head. And then we've got ourselves a nice pedigree. Now, only two people do the pedigree in the WWE, as far as I'm concerned. As far as I know, that's Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. And Rhodes introduced, Drew McIntyre's face to the mat with that one. However, it's Cody Rhodes' head that has to be introduced to the mat too, with a nice, what's called, a future shock, a DDT. Big one. A big move. Now, here we go. Now, I guess the art of the top rope suplex is lost, maybe. I mean, ever since the days of the Bret the Hitman Hart, days of a beautiful looking suplex, it's over. These days, it's just you're on the top rope. At least you're on the top rope, but it's not really a suplex. It's a throw. You're getting pulled off. It's a throw. You're getting pulled off the top rope. That's what it basically is, I think. Regardless, a big top rope suplex. Drew McIntyre getting thrown off that top rope, baby. Now they go on. Now the end sequence is like this. Drew McIntyre, he gets hit with the top rope Cody cutter. Whammo! Like so. Cody Rhodes goes to finish the match. But then here we go. we got ourselves a little bit of a problem. It's Jimmy Uso coming down to that ring there, running up, jumping on the apron to cause some interference. Look at me, guys! I'm wearing all red. They match my sneakers. Cody's like, I don't want to know about your sneakers. He goes, attacks him. And the referee gets on top of things like, you! Don't you know who I am? Get out of the ring. And while he's doing that, Cody Rhodes sets up for the crossroads on Drew McIntyre. He backs up right to the ropes for some reason. You know, Cody Rhodes backs up to the ropes because I think when he wants to do the crossroads, he wants to catch his neck on the top rope. So anyways, he goes to the back rope, backs up the rope, where, oh my goodness, it's Solo Sikoa back there with a massive Spikeoa waiting for him. That's right, the Samoan spike right to Cody Rhodes' throat. Right behind the ref's back, because the referee was looking at Jimmy Uso. Jimmy! It didn't see what happened, but Drew McIntyre did. He was right there. Drew McIntyre, instead of going, oh, referee, that guy just cheated. Let's start this thing fresh so I get a proper win. Do it the right way. I want to do things the right way. These guys screwed me over and over again, and I will not stand for it. Not even if they're cheating for me. Nope. No scruples. Drew McIntyre follows up with a Claymore kick, gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Drew McIntyre with the pin. That's right. Drew McIntyre, the hypocrite. So we go backstage, and it's with now what's going to happen now. It's Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. They are property of SmackDown. Now, if this was the other way around, you know Nick Aldis would have fines. Would have fined them both by now. 2 fines. But what will, this one here, Adam Pearce has to ask Cody Rhodes what he should do. And Cody Rhodes like, forget about it. Oh, I should have known that was coming. I feel so stupid. Although he never said any of that. But Cody Rhodes doesn't think Adam Pearce should do anything. So Adam Pearce doesn't do anything. He's like, oh, well. That's what makes Raw so exciting. You never know who's going to ruin the match. Anyways, moving on. We got ourselves, Adam Pearce leaves. Go do his office things, whatever he does, you know. Reminiscent on the days of Scrap Daddy. Oh, I used to be a wrestler. Oh, I used to have hair too. Oh, long, gorgeous hair. Oh, look at some. Anyways, so while he's gone, check out some reminiscing on his past. We got his future coming. We got Cody Rhodes' future. It is Seth friggin' Rollins. You know? He's seen that coming. Not much words exchanged, but the feeling that, hey, I got your back. Don't worry, you won't get screwed again. We won't get screwed again. Moving on. We go on to it's a huge last chance battle royal for the winner gets the last remaining spot for the Elimination Chamber. Now we got in no particular order. We got ourselves, now this is a 20-woman over the top battle royal. It's in no particular order. It's Shayna Baszler and tag team partner Zoe Stark. There's a lot of, this is pretty much almost everybody. There's a lot of tag teams in here. It's true. And there's some tag teams, 2 tag teams that don't have their partners in here. Anyways, it starts with Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, tag team, and returning, I guess from injury, who knows? But apparently Raquel, she's always injured and always coming. So anyway, she's making a big return. Raquel Rodriguez. Then Xia Li. Xia's from nowhere. I mean, she's been doing nothing. I think her last thing was she tried to go for Becky Lynch. You know, I want to fight you. When Becky Lynch was a champion, Xia Li was going after her, and not on my time. And then Becky Lynch dropped her belt, and then Xia Li making some terrible. Regardless, Xia Li's a filler in this match for sure. Next, it's I consider her the most curvaceous woman in all of Raw. I think she is the most feral and personally sexiest woman in Raw. Let's face it. Come on now. Come on. It's Valhalla is in the house. So yeah, looking good. Anyway, so then it's Tegan Nox, Natalia. What's that? Indy Hartwell, Candice LeRae, Maxine Dupree, Ivy Nile, Elektra Lopez, B-Fab, Katana Chance, Mia Yim, Zelina Vega, Chelsea Green, Alba Fire, and Isla Dawn. To round them all up. Now, in how they got eliminated, right off the bat, it is Maxine Dupree getting ejected out of the ring by the Barry Farrell. It's sexy. Valhalla attacks her. She gets knocked out. But however, Valhalla, she gets thrown out the ring. Next by Raquel Rodriguez. Xia Li gets thrown up by Raquel Rodriguez. Isla Dawn gets thrown up by Raquel Rodriguez. By the way, Raquel throws out 7 people. The most out of this thing. Like the exact same amount Bailey did at the Royal Rumble. Anyways. And then, what's that? Tegan Nox. Now, at the Royal Rumble, it was Tegan Nox and Natalya. They're a tag team. Royal Rumble, Tegan Nox threw out Natalya. This time, it's the other way around. Tegan Nox gets thrown out by Natalya. So, yeah, I guess they're the perfect duo. I hate you. I hate you too. High five. So anyways, then next it's B-Fab gets thrown out by the team of Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. Zelina Vega gets thrown up by Elektra Lopez. Elektra Lopez gets thrown up by Mi Chin. Then it's Zelina and Elektra. They fight it out. Oh, you! I hate you! I hate you! And they fight to the back. And of course, it's Candice LeRae gets thrown up by Chelsea Green, the great Chelsea Green. After that, it's, oh my goodness, it's tough for news. It is the resident Australian Indy Hartwell not going to Elimination Chamber because she was thrown up by Shayna Baszler. Then Katana Chance is thrown up by Shayna Baszler. Then Alba Fire, she's thrown up by Raquel Rodriguez. Then Natalya, she's thrown up by Ivy Nile. Ivy is thrown up by the team of Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. Then we got what they think is the last 4, which is Michin, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and, of course, Raquel Rodriguez. Then it starts off, it is Mi Chin. She gets thrown off by the team of Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. Now, Shayna Baszler, she had the second amount with 5 eliminations on her own. With actually 2 on her own and 3 with Zoe Stark. So Mi Chin is thrown up by Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. And then Shayna Baszler is thrown up by Raquel Rodriguez. Zoe Stark is then thrown out after by Raquel Rodriguez. And Raquel's like, I'm the winner! But however, like most Royal Rumble tropes, is one of the wrestlers rolls out of the ring early in the match and rolls back in the ring later on in the match to thwart the so-called, the one who thought they were winning. And this was exactly what happened this time. It is Chelsea Green. She goes back to the ring there. She tries to throw out Raquel Rodriguez, but however, Raquel was just too strong. She turns around and tosses that Chelsea's ass out of the ring, and it is Raquel winning this Royal Rumble. Moving on to the Elimination Chamber match. She will be joining, Raquel Rodriguez will be joining Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Naomi, and the Tiffy Top, Tiffany Stratton. You know, big fan of Tiffany. She's great up-and-comer, for sure. Okay. Moving on, we go to a nice a Zoom face-to-face hosted by Michael Cole. It is a pre-match to the Elimination Chamber. Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. You know, it's basically all build-up. You know, Rhea Ripley, she wants to be the best, and Nia Jax, she wants to beat Rhea Ripley. She wants to be the next champione. They both had good things, but Nia Jax like, I'm twice your size, and after I'm done with you, you're going to be calling your mommy. Like, Rhea Ripley calls herself mommy, and she's like, I'm going to be your mommy. Anyways, regardless, now, I personally believe that the Elimination Chamber is not in a heavy enough, premium live event for belt changes, title changes, and I think the Elimination Chamber matches will be enough to sustain the Elimination Chamber and make people happy enough for that premium live event. So I do not believe any belts will be changed at Elimination Chamber. That's right. Oh, poor Cody. Oh, well. Anyways, after that, we go with Jackie Redmond with a deep dive with R-Truth's tumultuous relationship with the Judgment Day. Now, here's the thing. Here's a problem with the whole thing. R-Truth's relationship with the Judgment Day is this. There is none. It only lives in R-Truth's head. His delusional mind thinks that it is happening, that they have a relationship. He just one day decided to be part of the Judgment Day. They beat him up many times, and every time he's like, oh, am I part of Judgment Day? I don't know. He's been in the business for 50, 60 years. So he may be delusional. He may be the comic relief, but he knows his place in the WWE, and he's been in there for that long for a reason. Period. That's all I got to say about that. So whether it's a relation to Judgment Day, what that means or not, that doesn't matter. I don't think so. And speaking of that, that's just a build-up to their match. Because R-Truth, he really is part of one thing, and he is a now new part of the Spirit Squad 2.0. Now, who else is in Spirit Squad? Why, that is, when they're with The Miz, I consider them the Spirit Squad, period. This match is a 8-man tag. And when it comes to tag team matches in Raw or SmackDown, the tag ropes don't matter. It is a mess. Unlike NXT, it's hit and miss NXT. But with 6 people, that's even worse. With 8 people in the tag team, that's just gonna be a stunt show. It's gonna be a lot of fun. That's it. The fans had fun. The fans gobbled this all up. They loved it. In fact, they love R-Truth. Delusional R-Truth. I don't think R-Truth has been ever this popular. People just love R-Truth, and seeing this big thing with R. Anyways, what happened in this match? Now, clearly, this is 4 people on each side. Now, when it's a tag team, it's hard enough with 1 rope on each side, but this had 2 ropes on each side, which means one thing. There's 2 ropes on each side, each corner, on opposing corners. That means only one thing. That means the 2 inside wrestlers can only be tagged in and out. Can be the legal people to tag, because they have the ropes outside. People can't even think about tagging in and out because they don't have the ropes. But does that even matter? No, tag ropes don't matter, because first things first, Johnny Gargano on the outside, there's R-Truth and Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano tags in. Really? When there's no rules in wrestling, wrestling is just a bunch of adults playing grab ass in a ring, just having fun. And everybody's like, yes! This is what? They had a lot of fun. Let me just say that. It was a lot of fun. A lot of hoopla, including now R-Truth's idiocy. Now, last week he was saved in the ring by a beatdown with the Judgment Day from DIY. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, they came in the ring to save him from his arse. And Tommaso Ciampa thought, oh, thank you, DX, for saving my arse. He thought Johnny Gargano was Shawn Michaels and Tommaso Ciampa was Triple H. And to this day, he still thinks in the ring, yes, let's do the thing because we're DX. So they're on Miz, R-Truth, Johnny, all, yes, Chop, suck it. Tommaso Ciampa, he's not quite into it. He doesn't want to be the fool. He doesn't want to be the comic relief here. But that's what they are, the Spirit Squad, with their spirits high. They're high in spirits in this match. Now, what this whole thing is about, it's about R-Truth, and the fans loving R-Truth, and the fans loving watching R-Truth beat up the entirety of the Judgment Day. Everybody, including Damian Priest, mostly Damian Priest, getting his arse handed to him. And it came to a moment where the end moment is this. R-Truth and Damian Priest, Damian's getting his arse kicked, and then Judgment Day, everybody comes in there. JD McDonough, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. They all run in there. They'll do something. And no Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's not around. And then after that, we got ourselves a 4-on-4 where Miz, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa clear out the ring. And then they set up for, a 3-way springboard tope suicida, the tope cross by cross. So yeah, they all jump over. Miz, Tommaso Ciampa take out Dominic and Finn, and then Johnny Gargano takes out JD McDonough. Now in the ring, however, it is comes down to 1-1, because after all, now they're all indisposed, except for R-Truth and Damian Priest, and they fight a bit. R-Truth has a couple of pinning opportunities, at least one pinning opportunity with the Damian Priest, but when it comes down to it, Damian's like, no more, that's it.
Game over.
And then,
It's destruction time.
no, he didn't say any of that, but he gave a massive, South of Heaven chokeslam to R-Truth. Now, even though Tommaso Ciampa did try to break up the pin, he was stopped by McDonough. That's it. The Spirit Squad looking down on their luck. Low in spirit. But hey, next time their spirits will be high with Miz. So yeah, this new team, I guess it's the new 14th. Miz, Spirit Squad, DIY, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, and the R-Truth. I guess they're the new misfortunate team. Versus, I guess they're going to be seeing who's going to be taking over Monday Night Raw against the Judgment Day. Yeah, whew. That's a tough one. That's a tough team to swallow, the misfortunate ones. Speaking of misfortunate, we got Jackie Redmond with Sami Zayn. Now Sami Zayn lost again to Shinsuke Nakamura with no help from Drew McIntyre. That's right. And then before that, he lost to Drew McIntyre for the Elimination Chamber qualifiers. So now it's all about this. I guess it's revenge on Shinsuke Nakamura. But he can't move on. He can't face Shinsuke Nakamura with the thought of Drew McIntyre in there. So he's got to put Drew McIntyre on hold, because if he doesn't put Drew McIntyre on hold, he'll be thinking of Drew McIntyre too much, because he would occupy too much space in his head to take on Shinsuke Nakamura. But one thing for sure, Sami Zayn, he's got hope in himself. He's got faith in himself that one day he will become champion once again. Now, I truly believe this. Sami Zayn, he's been champion before. He's been, but unfortunately, it has been like the secondary belt. United States champion, Intercontinental champion, North American championship belt. Those things there, Sami Zayn can easily get. I can see that him getting those things again and again. But when it comes down to the main belt, the heavyweight championship belt, the universal championship belt, I think there's a glass ceiling for a lot of wrestlers. Sami Zayn is one of them. Shinsuke is another one of them. Ricochet is another one of them. A lot of people just can't get there. I believe Giovanni, Ludwig, also in the realm. Okay, moving on. And we got ourselves a little bit of a Becky Lynch. Looking as gaunt. Oh, every time I see Becky Lynch, she's looking more gaunt as next time. Every time I see her, she's looking even more so gaunt. If I say that word more many times, I'll throw up a little bit. Anyway, she's looking super skinny, and she's got a lot of things to say. And I guess she's brings to attention that she's wearing a new hat, a hat that I think Becky Lynch is going to wear now on. Becky the Hat Lynch. I guess people want to call her that. The Hat. The Mad Hatter. No, she didn't sass with that, but she did have people acknowledge her hat. But it comes down to this. She says she needs to win the Elimination Chamber because it is the inevitability. Because she says the inevitable has to happen, which is Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. So will that happen? Who knows? But then we have Liv Morgan. Now everybody in the Elimination Chamber match is going to be joining the ring. Liv Morgan comes on there, and she's a fan of the big hat, but not a fan of Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Because it's all about one thing. It's all about Liv Morgan's revenge tour against Rhea Ripley. Now, even though it was Dakota Kai taking her out in the first place. But anyways, it is she wants revenge on Rhea Ripley. And then it's Raquel Rodriguez joins the ring. And then Naomi joins the ring. And then Tiffany Stratton. We can all calm down now. It is Tiffy time. She puts everybody in their place, really. And then Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair has especially not happy to see Tiffany Stratton. She's got a special grudge for Tiffany Stratton for some strange reason. Like, why do you especially hate Tiffany Stratton for? Is it because you feel the most threatened by the great Stratton? Anyways, before they can really start discussing, what's going to happen at Elimination Chamber, a cat fight breaks out. No! Whoa. Somebody said that. Broke out. They all start fighting. And then that's when the X Factor comes in. And it is, Nia Jax. She comes squashing in, Becky Lynch. Just everybody. She squashes everybody. She gives a nice, Samoan drop to Naomi, but she beats up everybody. She just makes a point that, you know what, I'm going to be champione. She's wondering who's going to be, everybody's going to be second place to Nia Jax. But will Nia Jax win that title? I don't know. I don't think so. Like I say, I don't think any belt's going to be exchanged at the Elimination Chamber. But like I say, I always say I could be wrong, and I usually am. Moving on. We got ourselves some Shinsuke Nakamura. Looking forward to get his hands on Sami Zayn next week. And this is going to be basically a match that's going to be, are you a contender or are you a pretender? A contender or pretender. So this is terrible. So whoever loses this match is basically considered a pretender. So this will be really hard on either one of these career if they lose. So that's going to be next week though. Next up, we got ourselves a big match. I consider this one the match of the night. 1-on-1. This is representing the Viking Raiders. It is Ivar versus representing the Alpha Academy. It's Chad Gable. Rhymes with tablet. No one by their side. There is no Valhalla. There's no, Otis, Akira, or Maxine Dupri. And this match here was Eddie Orengo was the referee of this match. And this was about 8.5 minutes. I think this was match night. It was great. Great. Chad Gable, one of the best wrestlers out there, period. Otis, his skills is next level. He's one of the biggest men in the wrestling. His high-flying skills is great. I think Otis is an untapped talent. Now, this was great. They had fought outside a couple times. Chad Gable tries to go off top, tries to squash Otis, but Otis turns things around by giving him a nice power la bomba on the barricade separating the ring from the timekeeping area. Usually, people are thrown into the timekeeping area, just to keep Samantha Irving on her toes. It's true, mean but true. Now here's the thing. Match goes on. Now here's a big moment in the match. Ivar gets Chad Gable into the world's strongest slam, sitting on the top rope. So he's on the second rope, and he goes for the slam, but it's Chad Gable turns things around. Ivar does like a front bump. I'm assuming, when he's going down for the world's strongest slam, Chad Gable went for the roll up, the small package. No, even if regardless. So maybe he did a small package and flipped him around. It turned to like a weird mid-air suplex. It looked like some sort of mid-air suplex. It was interesting, but it went by fast. Now, in the end, we got a moment here. Ivar turns things around with a massive top rope, sitting Santon, just squashes the holy hell out of Chad Gable. Now, I guess, and any other person could have ended this match here. Because, any other person would have lost here. Because, after all, the massive Santon like that's a finishing move. But not for Chad Gable. Ivar then went to the top rope to finish him off with the Doom Salt. The Viking Raider Moonsault. Which goes up the top rope, hits that Moonsault, the Doom Salt. Chad Gable, nowhere to be seen. Misses it. Chad Gable quickly gets behind Ivar. Hits him with the non-release German suplex. Ivar, wow, that was a big move. Big move. That sets up Ivar for Chad Gable's very own moonsault. You think you can do moonsault? I can do it too. But it's more impressive when a big man like Ivar does it. Hits Ivar the moonsault. Ivar kicks out. However, Chad Gable then transitions. That's the word. Transitions into an ankle lock. Ivar tries to break free. He tried to break free. He tried to break free, but he couldn't. You're welcome with the song. He couldn't, and he ends up tapping out to the ankle lock. And that was about 8.5 minutes celebrating with Alpha Academy's Chad Gable. It is Otis, Maxine, and Akira Tozawa. They had good celebrating good times because they rarely come for the Alpha Academy. And speaking of celebrating, or not a time to celebrate, it's Kathy Kelly with some words with the workhorse, Drew McIntyre. Now the whole thing is like, Drew McIntyre, you've been screwed out of the belt a couple of times by the Bloodline. Now this match against Cody Rhodes, the Bloodline helped you out with it. How do you feel about that? You know? Oh, yeah. And basically, he doesn't feel upset about Solo Sikoa's and Jimmy Uso's help with his match against Cody Rhodes. You know?
People might call me a hypocrite, but I'm not. I'm just doing my thing when I do.
Drew McIntyre, what are you going to do? You know? Drew McIntyre says one thing and does another thing. But anyways, it's like this. He says it's Monday was Cody Rhodes, but however, Friday he's got a big match against L.A. Knight. So yeah, he's got to take care of L.A. Knight on Friday, so he says. And who knows, he might have help with Jimmy and Solo again. And then he's got to go to Elimination Chamber to go on to WrestleMania to have his moment. So next we got ourselves Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Xavier, he's confident that Jey Uso will beat Gunther in the IC Championship match tonight. And as Kofi Kingston, sick and tired of Imperiums, Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser getting in their face, in their business, in their world. Because when it comes down to it, the New Day are the standard when it comes to wrestling, the tag team divisione, which absolutely is garbage these days. Actually, I think the WWE's tag team division and the men's, and especially the women's division, is always garbage. You know, that's the reason why they only have like one set of belts for each, you know. And regardless. So yeah. So basically, next week, Xavier and Kofi, they want Giovanni and Ludwig in a no disqualification match. They want him next week in a street fight in San Jose. And then next up, we got ourselves our Intercontinental Championship match. Now here we go. It is between Jey Uso and your reigning and defending champione, representing Imperium. It is your Ring General, Gunther. This match here was really good. This match could have been match of the night, but it wasn't because of how it ended. You know, I think a match of the night goes to a clean match will always be match of the night. When there's something interference, it hinders the clean match, hinders its greatness. I don't know. Sometimes a good interference can make a good match, can still make a great match, but you know, this match was still better than this. So this was back and forth. Gunther, he's a powerhouse. You know, he'll throw you around. What's that? Jey Uso. I love cheese mousse with my French bread. Cheese mousse with my French bread. Cheese mousse with my French bread. When I fill my belly up, I think I'll just go to bed. Oh, damn. This raps. I love them. Anyways, now Jey Uso, he had an interview earlier on, and he said I'm the new Intercontinental Champion. Like, why would you say that for? You know, before your match, you proclaim yourself champion. Anyways, this match was big. They fight outside a couple of times, and it is very difficult. First time they fight outside the ring, Jey Uso gets a back body drivered onto the hardest part of the ring, the apron. But they do fight outside again, where Jey Uso gets his redemption. He throws around Gunther a little bit. Ends up back body driving. He backdrops Gunther onto the 5-inch memory foam outside the ring, and then he backdrop drivers. That's it. Backdrop drivers Gunther on top of the table. Now remember, they didn't pull breakaway pins from the table, so it didn't collapse. But I gotta say this: they fought outside the ring for about 50 seconds. Now, regularly, on a match that results in a disqualification, when it's supposed to end in disqualification, they go on about 25 seconds before disqualification happens. So 25 regular seconds is 10 WWE seconds. So this one here, referee didn't even bother counting, really. So 50 seconds, ridiculous. They get up and go into match here. Fight goes on. Gunther ends up power bombing Jey Uso right in the middle of the ring. But Jey Uso perseveres. They move on. This match was very hard hitting. Because Gunther, he's got these chops. He got these chops that his chops are like no one's business, man. You gotta love wrestling. If you're wrestling, you gotta love the physicality. Because these things are ears are heavy. Because a lot of people bleed out of their chest when they get hit with Gunther chops. They're that heavy, and they look hard here. They look good. This match was hard hitting. It's really good. Like I say, could have been match of the night. Because Gunther is that damned good. Now here we go. Jey Uso sets up for his first spear, but Gunther, he persevered as well. He gets Jey Uso down with a massive top of the rope splash. Hits Jey Uso with the splash. However, Jey Uso perseveres, and he hits Gunther with his second spear of the night. A spear! Gunther, he's hurt. He rolls outside of the ring, but outside on the apron there, not completely outside, but outside the ropes. And then Jey Uso with the third spear. Gunther rolls outside the ring onto the mats now. And he gets a fourth spear. 4 spears now. They go back into the ring, and then one more spear. Although they called it a spear. It's more of a takedown. It was pretty lame. Anyways, he hits a spear, and he goes to the top rope with a massive Uso splash. Uso! And then he goes for the pin, the count. He goes to the 1, 2, and of course, the bell rings. Bing, bing, bing. The referee, oh no, he gets distracted. Fire! What's going on? Oh! So that's right. That's when things go haywire. And who's there to stop the match? Is it going to be Giovanni Vinci? Is it going to be Ludwig Kaiser? With the distraction? No, it isn't. It is none other than Jimmy Uso in there. It shows himself that, yes, I did it. I ruined your match. So yeah, Adam Pearce. That's what happens when you don't do anything. Because Jimmy Uso, that's the second time he interfered tonight. Second time. So yep. Will there be consequences? Does it matter? No. Anyways, after that was done, Jey Uso, all fierce, so mad, he kicks Gunther right in the face. Now he puts down Gunther. No, I think Jey Uso could have probably finished it again, going on top rope and with a massive splash and wham bam, thank you ma'am, your new Intercontinental Champion. But instead, he takes his mind off of Gunther, focuses on his brother Jimmy, hits him with a massive tope suicida between the second and third rope, hitting Jimmy Uso and 2 officials at the same time. He goes back in the ring and he goes for a massive. Then he tries to finish off Gunther, thinking, he's just Gunther. He's a loser. He's not the, Intercontinental Champion. He's not the greatest Intercontinental Champion for a reason. I'll just, take things for granted. He goes top rope, and for another the Uso splash, he goes for Uso splash. Now here's the finish. Gunther puts his knees up. Now I would hope that Gunther puts his knees up, gets up, and then whammo with a massive power la bomba to finish it. But no, Gunther puts his knees up and rolls up. Just to roll up, a simple roll up. Rolls up Jey Uso, and that's it. 15 and a half minutes. Roll up win for, Gunther, and retaining his Intercontinental Championship. Gunther! And of course, it's not over for. It's over for. The day's over for Gunther. He's defeated his opponent, and he's going to celebrate with his team members, Giovanni and Ludwig Kaiser, later on. But as for now, it's Jey Uso in the ring there, and his brother. He's not done. Jimmy Uso is not done. He wants to show off his brother. Who exactly is the older Uso? I'm the older brother. I've got 5 minutes on you, fool! Beats him up, sets him up for a massive Uso splash, and puts Jimmy in his place, or Jimmy puts Jey in his place again. So Jey's attempt at becoming a gold-carrying singles competitor is foiled. That's right. But anyways, that wraps it up for this episode of Monday Night Raw, and also concludes this episode of The Wrestling Show. If you've stuck around to the very end of the show, I've hold a very special place in my heart just for you. So, I've been your host, Lip Hazlewood, and I hope I'll see you again another time. So, see you.